America. I want to start off by saying this is a momentous event in the games industry. There's a new balance of power in this new cycle. You know, even less than 10 years ago, Sony, in fact, had dominated the software market share with over 40% year after year. But today, that's no more. In fact, as of the end of 2007 and through 2008, Nintendo has close to 45% of the software market share. And that's by being a courageous leader. So first I want to thank Latamel, Bernard, Yvonne, Tony, and the crew, Armand, for putting this event together and being a leader in the video game industry here in Latin America. And I want to thank Nintendo for being a courageous innovator in product as well as commercial strategy overall to take us to where we are prospering today. So I'm just going to go into discussing Ubisoft as a company. We need to get to know each other. This is a long haul. We've been doing this together for 5 years, and we're going to have another decade or so easily together. So let's get to know each other a little bit. Ubisoft has been around for over 25 years. It's a large company. We've got 4,500 people now and growing fast. All those people, over 90%, are in development. That is where our strategy is. Put people all over the world to make the best games. Last year, for the first time, we crossed the $1 billion mark. More importantly, for us as a company, we were the #1 DS publisher worldwide. And that's really significant, and we're really proud of that. And we're going to talk about how we got there and how we intend to hold on to that title. Overall, worldwide, we're the #3 publisher in the U.S. Ubisoft is an international company. It's in our DNA. It always has been. Whether it's 1, 5, or 20 people on the ground in a territory, in a country, where we think we can make and sell games, we're going to go there. We've always been there. We're doing it commercially in over 26 countries, with people on the ground, getting to know the markets, local strategies for marketing and sales, as well as the product development strategies. We're in 15 different countries making games. And that's important to understand the sensibilities of different markets, or how different people play and want to interact with their content. And we're trying to address those needs. Yesterday, and even today, Reggie and Bill discussed here in Latin America how they've quintupled their business in 5 years. So I had to go back last night at 2 in the morning after having Seco Tonico and figure out, have we done the same? Are we keeping pace with the Joneses? And I'm proud to say we are. In fact, we've also quintupled. In the last 2 years alone, doubled the business that we've had with you all. Thanks to everybody's commitment and dedication in the marketplace. In addition, talking about the local strategy, as you know, Etienne, Olivier, everybody is familiar with them. We've established them in Mexico City with Rodrigo. We're putting an office, both development and commercial office, as well in Sao Paulo, to be ready for the future. We're serious and committed about this. In addition, this is the first time we're discussing our exclusive relationship with Latamel for distribution of our DS and Wii casual lineup. This is important. This business, the expanded audience, we're going to hear it all day long. But it's real, it's happening, and it's the most significant thing that's occurred in this business as long as I've been doing it for the past 13 years here at Ubisoft. And we need to work together on understanding new strategies, new techniques from the evergreen life cycle, maintaining these products over a long period of time at retail, different ways of communicating with the consumer, sampling techniques, point of purchase. All these are different techniques. When you're launching Assassin, is not the same as when you're launching a pet game. And I want to talk again a little bit quickly about the production leadership. What are we doing with all these people? How do we come to market? Ubisoft's strategy is not to rely on other people, other people's brands. We're developing our own brands. There's no reason not to. But when you do that, you have to make heavy investment in the games themselves, in the production, the design, the technical innovation, as well as the marketing investment. In order to create something from nothing, you need to spend, and we do. But I wanted to focus on the higher reactivity that having so many people across the world making games for us does. If we see something, a trend in the marketplace, a trend in technology, we go for it. In fact, when Nintendo launched the Wii, Ubisoft was the first company within the first 6 weeks to launch 7 SKUs on the Wii. And how did we do it? We made a decision. You take 10% of 4,000 people, you got 400 people already working on a platform, and you go fast, because the marketplace waits for nobody. In addition, we did the same on DS 2 years ago. Back in 2005, the casual business, as it's defined today, or extended audience female, was non-existent for us. Today, from a billion-dollar company, we've got 25% of that business. That's in 2.5 years, from nothing to a major force. Below, I define a little bit about the casual player, although, you know what? It's really difficult. We're all still learning about the consumer insight about this casual player. As you can tell, I don't even like saying casual. When we talk about the female demographic, they're not casual. They have a voracious appetite for entertainment, in fact. We're just delivering now upon the need. But let's talk about the products as well, which you're going to see today and which we formally invite you to come and check out. They're much more exciting when you put your hands on them than when I talk about them, to be fair. First, I want to talk about the My Coach series and its expanded audience experience. Innovation based on consumer trends. Adults. We saw what was happening with brain age. We know about the self-improvement trends. We know about what you don't have in Latin America, but we have in the U.S., we have a weight problem. 2/3 of Americans, it's embarrassing, are overweight. So we make My Weight Loss Coach. People want to remain fit. Walk around with a pedometer. The pedometer comes included with the product. Never been seen before. Gives you instant feedback. What you're doing throughout the day, how many steps you walk, how far you ran. Gives you guidance on your calorie intake. It's pretty interesting. Yoga for females. Stop smoking. It sounded crazy a year ago. Today it's not crazy. Rodrigo has volunteered, everyone, and I'll make this declaration on stage. When the product launches, he's going to use the product to stop smoking. And folks, it's based on Alan Carr's method. It works. So we all have a little side bet with him that he's going to need to stop smoking by next 2009. As well as the rest of the language series. Learn to speak this year, we're bringing out Learn to Speak Japanese, Learn to Speak Chinese, Learn to Speak French. Then we'll talk now about the girls. 8 to 12 market. Last year, there was not a girls brand in the business. We came out with 4 products on the Imagine line at the end of 2007 and became a top brand. Right behind Pets, Sims, and there was Imagine. Fashion designer, babies. This year, more Imagine. These products are tailored not just in positioning for the female audience, but also in the gameplay. They're aspirational. They're tool sets, allowing them to be the girls to be creative. They're less competitive. They're about sharing what you do with others. So we have My Secrets. It's like a diary. We have Fashion Designer New York Edition. We have a follow-on to Babies with Babysitter, and a Teacher and Be a Rock Star.